This challenge is beyond anything we've ever approached in a single fiscal year before. Realigning our school resources to comply with how Blueprint says we must spend our existing money, we're now down to a $44 million change. And that's actually good news. You'll see in a minute. Earlier in our work as a work group, that number was significantly higher than that. But that's still just a very difficult number to work through. And when you're talking about realigning your expenditures, our expenditures are almost all on staff. And when you're talking about realigning your expenditures where Blueprint requires, which is in the schools, at the school level, almost all of our expenditures are on staff at the school level. So that's where the movement, that's where the changes have to take place, in the schools and with school-based staff, or moving some other staff to the schools in order to achieve fiscal compliance. Our compliance gap in compensatory ed, we were looking at $39 million, $5 million in ESOL or multilingual learners, and then another $13 million in order to offer the schools some variance in the program areas of compensatory ed and ML, or multilingual learners, because this comes down to staff. We can't leave our schools in a position where they have to think over hard about who they hire for a specific role, and is that role assigned to Comp Ed or is that role assigned to EASE? We can't put our schools in that situation, and so we're creating a variance in those two program areas so that a school can't staff itself out of compliance. The challenge that comes with that is all of this is money being spent somewhere right now, and almost all of it's being spent right now on staff. And so if you're going to free up a variance or you're going to close a gap, you're going to have to free up the money from existing staff. So that was in January 8th. The good news is, through a lot of work based on how that report lays out, we have been able to identify some significant expenditures that we can code to compensatory ed. Largely that is the money we spend on special ed above the required Blueprint amounts. That's 10.3 million of the change there, of the